I have no idea. Okay. I don't know what the deal with my camera is. For whatever reason, YouTube is not recognizing it. So that's why I've not been responding to your videos. I've got, like, gosh, probably 10 I have to respond to. But I think I have to, like, uninstall my camera and reinstall it, because I unplugged it, thinking unplugging it and putting it back in would work. It didn't. So, I'm going to, let's see, this is the names. There's some really funky names on here. Some I remember from past lists. I can't specifically say which list you had them on, but I know I've heard some of these. There's definitely more on the boy side that I like, but there's nothing, I mean, there's one on here that I think I have on my favorites list. I think it might have just made it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it. So I'm going to start with the boy side because I like the boys' names. I don't know. Me and you are like total opposites as far as names go. You tend to like girls' names more, where I like the boys' names more. It's very easy for me to find a boy's name that I like, with any letter of the alphabet. But girls' names, it's kind of like pulling teeth with me. But, okay, the first one is it's an eyebrow raiser. It's Bozrah. I should have wrote it phonetically because I don't remember if you said Bozrah or Bozrah. B-O-Z-R-A-H. No. It sounds extremely ethnic, and I'm not even sure what ethnicity it would be under. I don't even like it for a middle name. It's definitely interesting sounding, but it's too out there. I wouldn't use it for even a middle name. Number 14 was Bram. You know, I go in and out with this name. I'll find I like it, and then I'll find I don't like it. I've never, like, completely hated it, but, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very fickle with this name. Number 13. Number 13 is Bastien. And I believe you pronounced it much more French. I think you pronounced it Bastien. Or Bastien. Or, I'm not sure how you pronounced it. You pronounced it very, quite differently than what I do. I like Bastien. I've liked this since the 80s, and, I can tell you when the Neverending Story, when the movies came out. I never read the book. I think I got it from the library once and realized just how big it was, and I think it scared me, because I think it was like this thick. Yeah, I'll kind of give you an idea just how big. It was a huge book. But, yeah, I love the name Bastien. 12 was Bay, and I don't know if, past, if I would say yay for the Bay, for a boy name, for a middle name, but I've gotten to really like the TV show Switched at Birth, and one of the girls on it, her name is Bay. So I love that name for a girl. I've never been one for, very short names, but I really like that name. For a girl, not for a boy, though. The next one is Benaya. I don't like that one at all. Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's, very, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a middle name. I would never use it for a middle name. But, yeah. The next is Birch. And that one's okay. Not my favorite, but it's alright. I don't dislike it. I'd use it as a middle name way sooner than I would a first name. The next is Byron, and I don't like that, but it's an association thing with me. I don't think I'll ever like this. When I hear the name Byron, it makes me think of my father, and my father is pretty much no more than a sperm donor. Yeah, he lives in a town called Byron, so when I hear that name, when I hear any little boys called that, or any men, if I'm in the doctor's office, whatever, I hear that, and I cringe. I cringe when I hear it, so. Let's see. 8. Bruce. That's a big name to stick on a kid. I don't know. One of my favorite actors is Bruce Willis, and I don't know, I don't think that name fits him. I don't know. I just never been real big on that name. I love Bruce Willis, but I don't know, I've never really cared for his name. 7. Balthazar. That one is kind of a tongue twister a little bit. When you first said it, I thought you said See? I thought you said Balthazar. But you said Balthazar. And it feels like I'm like tripping over my tongue when I'm trying to say it. So I don't care for it. I like Balthazar. I think that's like an awesome pet name. It's huge to stick on a kid, but I don't know, I think it might be a cool middle name, but not Balthazar, because like I said, it just feels like I'm tripping over my tongue. The next is Banyan, and I actually have heard this name before. Well, not as a name. In the movie George of the Jungle, when they're trudging through the jungle before Ursula meets George, they're looking at trees and whatnot, and I specifically remember, and I'm not sure if it's spelled the same way, but in the movie, they name a tree, or they don't name a tree, but some of the natives call a certain tree a banyan tree, and I heard it then, and I thought, that would be an awesome name. I don't know if it is a tree, because you had mentioned it's something completely not nature-like, but, yeah, I always thought it was a really cool name. The only thing that would keep me from using it is if I ran it by a few people and all they heard was Bunyan. So, I don't know. But I do like Banyan. I think it's a very cool sounding name. Next is Bodan, and this is really similar to one I have on my list, and I have Bowden. I don't have Bodan, but I do have Bowden. And I like the name Bowden. I'm not sure about Bodan, because I think people would end up calling him Bowden anyways. Kind of like Brandon. I've known, like, I was going to say hundreds, but I've known a lot of young men named Brandon, and their name is D-A-N. The end of their name is, so. The next one is Brecken. I like the name Brecken, but I do not like it spelled this way. I don't like that double C. I don't like anything with a double C in it, and this is no exception to the rule. I like Breckin, or Kon, or Ken. I don't, or even Kan, I don't like that double C. I like a CK. So, as far as if I would use it, I don't know. I might, but Brecken always makes me think of Breckin Meyer, the actor. The next is Brighton, and whenever I hear this name, I think of the snooty kid in The Nanny. I think of Brayton. And he was such a snot. Oh, I couldn't stand that kid. So whenever I hear that name, I think of Brayton from The Nanny with Fran Drescher. The next name, number 2, you have is Broderick. This is kind of another association thing with me. I went to school with a kid whose last name was Broderick, and he was such an ass. I'm sorry, he was. He was such an ass, and that's just, when you said it, I'm like, it just made me think of that kid. And this was in middle school, and so this was a long time ago, but, yeah, had I not known this kid, I would probably like it, because I really, really, really like names that end in ick. Not Rick in particular, but I like names that end in ick, I-C-K. So, this last one, Boaz. I don't know. I think some nasty nicknames could come out of that. I'm not sure what, but children are cruel and creative, so I'm sure they could think of something. I don't know, it's just very different. It's very different. Okay, on to the girls. Beatrice. I hear bee and trees. Beatrice. Yeah, it just sounds like you can't pronounce Beatrice right. Like someone spelt it wrong. And it would probably, people would still end up pronouncing it Beatrix, or Beatrice. 19 is Bonnie. I've never really been a big fan of this, but when I hear the name, I do think it belongs to a curly, red-haired little girl. 18, Bethany. That's very 80s for me. I went to school with, gosh, probably 10 Bethany's. That was really huge in my area. I live in Michigan, so I'm not sure if it was like all around the U.S., but it was really popular where I'm from in the 80s. The next is Bryony, and I don't like that one only because it sounds too close to Brian. And Brian's Brian's not a girl's name. Brian is a boy's name. Barrel. I don't like that. Barrel. It sounds masculine. And it also sounds like you're saying, like, a barrel. As in, like, a wheelbarrow. I don't care for that at all. This next one, you can probably already guess what I'm going to say about it. Blodwin, or Bloodwin. I don't, blood. And then me and Welsh names just don't mix at all. Not only has it got the word blood in it, but I don't like Wen names. I don't like it. 14, Bronte. Me and Brontosaurus. I'm sorry. That's what I hear. When I see it, well, not when I hear, that's not what I hear, but when I read it and I see it written down, I think of a Brontosaurus. I'm sorry. Berenice? Berenice. I think that's how you said it, Berenice. I have some of these written down phonetically, and I think that's how you had it, Berenice. When you first said it, before you said, where it comes from, I'm like, oh, that's Greece, because the Nisi, the ending. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a big name. I don't care for that one. Actually, I'm looking at all of these, and there's only, like, one I really like. 1, 2, I kinda like. And the rest are all, they're all just bombs. The next is Behati. 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 I put it Behautee. That's my phonetic spelling. Behati. I think that's how you pronounce it. Behati. Oh, I skipped one. Bianca. I've never liked that name. That's kind of like, Bianca is like right up there with Scarlet for me. They're just names I've never liked. They're not quite hate names. I find that they're just very unattractive names. And Bianca's one of them. I don't know, it just seems like it's like, should be stuck on, like, some rich, uptight, straight nose, looking down at you woman with, like, her hair, like, in a bun that's, like, so tight it gives her a facelift. Yeah, I've never liked that name. Next, back on to Behati. No. It's too out there. Blythe. I don't like that, because I hear blah in it. I mean, I know it's not blah, but blah. The BL. I don't like the BL. The beginning of it, I do not like that at all. Briar, for number 9. Oh I guess I got 3 minutes to get through 8 of these. Briar, it's okay, but it's really close to Brian for me. Braith. It reminds me of Wraith from Stargate Atlantis. Now this next one I really like. Briseis. I can't remember where you said you found it at. You've had this on the list before, and I really like it. When you first said it, I liked it, and I quite like it still. Blair. I don't care for Blair. It's okay. If I were to ever use it, it would be in the middle. I like Claire a lot better than Blair. Again, it's the boo sound, the blah sound, but, I like it for a middle name. It's okay for a middle name. Would I use it? Probably not, but possibly. Now I'm gonna lump a 5, 4, and 1 together just because they're so similar. Beatrice, Beatrix, and Beatrix. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Beatrice, Bellatrix, and Beatrix. Beatrix. I don't like any of those names. Those, like, can be lumped together with Bianca and Scarlet. I don't like them. Never have. Now, 3 and 2, Belle and Bella. I used to love the name Bella. I thought Bella was such a cute name and so pretty. And then Twilight came out, and it's like, you can't use the name. It's too popular. It's way too popular. Plus, I really, honest to God, don't care for the name Isabella. It's okay, but it's not my style at all. But I love the name Bella. I think Belle is very cute. If I were to ever use Belle, it would be as a nickname. But it does make me think of Beauty and the Beast. So, yeah. Yeah, so those are the B names. I have to edit this and bring it down a little bit. But, yeah. So I'm like at 20 minutes. Holy crap. Bye!